Okay, so welcome to Lab 9. We're going to be looking at recovering servers on configuring advanced Windows Server 2012 services R2. This is part of the Microsoft official academic course in preparation for exam 70-412. So this first exercise is going to be looking at restoring a folder using Windows Server Backup. So we are going to be using all of our machines, our RWDC, our Server 1, Server 2, and storage. Remember in Lab 8, we used the storage to create a backup. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with Server 2. So let's get over to Server 2. And you'll notice that I am logged into my machines. Now I am logged into all of my machines as Contoso/administrator. If you only log in as administrator on your machines, some of what we're going to do is not going to work. You have to be logged on as Contoso/administrator. All right, so for purposes of this, I'm going to minimize my RWDC01, but everything is logged on. The first thing I'm going to do is click into File Explorer. That's this little yellow folder down here. And we want to navigate and open Users. So here is our Users folder. And then we want to delete our public folder. Okay, now while we're on Server 2, we're going to click over to our Server Manager. And I'll maximize this. And click on Tools. And then go to Windows Server Backup. Now, as a precaution, I have already kept a master copy of our completed Lab 8 image. So if something happens in here, and it sometimes happens, we have a new image. We can always go back to Lab 8, a completed Lab 8. All right, so from here, we're going to click on Local Backup, which is over here in the left-hand side. And then under the Action pane, we want to click on Recover. And we'll see that this server is already marked as far as Server 2. We're going to click on Next. On the Select Backup Data page, we want to select the Recovery Type page. Where did it go? Oh, I'm sorry. From here, we have to click on Next. So from Recovery Type, Files and Folders is already selected, and we want to click on Next. On the Selected Items to Recover page, under Available Options, we want to expand Server 2. And then expand the local disk C, and expand Users. Now, I don't see Public on here. We deleted it. Select Items to Recover. Okay, so I'm not missing it in this because here's my users. So Public is not on here. So I'm just going to select Users and then click on Next. And then on the confirmation page, on here we're going to click on Next, and then here we're going to click on Recover. I just clicked on Users. And then we're going to go ahead and click on Close. And we want to verify that our public folder has been replaced.
And we're going to recover to the original location, right?
Yes. And see, it didn't do that.
And then create copies so we have both versions?
It did not do that.
No, it did not.
So I'm going to go back into my recycle bin. and restore this. And I just want to make sure I've covered all the steps. Now I am far from perfect, so it's possible I missed a step. So let's make sure I did it all properly. Okay, so we are on server 2. It says to navigate to and open the C:users folder. Here's the users folder. Users. Here's the public folder, which I just recovered from the trash bin. And it does say to delete it. And then it says to go to Windows Server Backup, which is what I'm in, and then click on Local Backup, which is what I did. Now, some of you, if anybody in here notices something that I'm not doing properly, let me know. So I've selected Local Backup. Under the Actions pane, which is right here, we have to click Recover. How can it recover when we didn't back it up yet? I'm just curious.
So that's where it happened.
That's what I'm thinking, and it has been known for the book to be wrong before. So let's, for giggles, go back to our recycle bin and restore our folder. And go back. And I'm going to do a backup once. Next. Custom. Next. Add items. And I want to do users. And then OK. And then next.
You restored the public folder to the C drive?
Yes, I did that, yes. Next. Okay, now I'm curious. Previous. Let me cancel this for a second. Because if we open up our storage, because that's what we backed up to. It might be because I didn't sign into my storage yet. Crap. So I'm going to sign into my storage and see if it works. And then we'll do another backup. Huh? Okay, now storage is open. Okay. So now I'm going to try, now that my storage is open, I'm going to try going through the actual directions. Users, public, delete. And then it says local backup, recover, next, 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 expand, users. You see, it's still not there, and storage is up. So if we cancel,
When you back up, before you do a full server backup?
no, I think we did the
Custom?
Lab 8 was like a custom. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to restore this again. Go here. Open this up. I'm going to click up a backup once. Next. Custom. Next. Add items. And I want to expand my C. And let's do users.
Well, how about let's expand the users and then back up the public file directly?
Yeah, we can do that. To kind of cut down the amount of time that it takes. Okay, so I've only got it selected for public. And then I'll do OK. And then next. And then let's put it to the local drive. Or we can do a remote share. No, well, no, we have local drives because we had the quorum and stuff on there. So we can do it right to the quorum drive. Next.
You did remote share?
No, I did the local drive. I did quorum. And then backup. So now it's creating our shadow copy. Yeah, but we only selected public, right? Okay.
That should be assigned.
All right, so now I'm going to click on close. Now I'm going to go in and delete the public folder. Public, delete. And now I want to do a recover. This server. No, because we had it backed up on another location. And then local drive. Next. It was on the quorum. Next. 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 Expand, local disk, users, public. Next. So another location, that's a good question. Where do we put it then? I'm just going to do overwrite the existing version. C. Users. Then OK. Next. Recover. So now in theory, we should see users. And there's all of our public. Although I probably put it in the wrong folder. Folder. UBLIC. Yeah, except I should have designated public. Move. Okay, so now it did recover. It didn't. Okay. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and click on close. Now we actually did an actual restore. Now it wants us to on the select backup date page on the calendar, click the date of the second backup that you performed in the last session. Then pull down menu, click the time of the second backup you performed. Okay, so here's our other backup. So we did one on 11/7 and 11/9. So this is the one from Monday. So it shows the backups. And it shows us where we stored it to. So this was placed on storage 01 back and then back 1. Okay. So it says select the recovery. And then it says to click system state. Where are we at? On server 2, we're there. We want to click on recover. We did that. It's already selected. Next. On the select backup date range, click the date of the second backup that you created. That was on the 7th. So we're going to click on the 7th. Then in the time pull down menu, click the time of the second backup you performed. Okay, so that's already selected. And then we want to click on next, system state, next, next again, okay. And then we want to click on recover. And then yes.
Which one are we covering right now?
The one from 11/25.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you click on Monday's date and do the one that we did 11/25.
Recover that.
Yes. Because that was the BAK2.
Okay, and 2. Okay, the 7th. 7. What was the file again?
If you click on the date, you should see it.
Oh. Oh, okay. The storage one.
Uh-huh. So far, we've completed exercise 9.1, which is restoring a folder using the Windows Server backup. Then we did restoring the system, state of the system, from a restore point or a backup point that we created on Monday. And that's what it's running now. When we get into exercise 9.3, we're going to look at restoring a file using a shadow copy. And we're going to do this in server 1. So I'm just going to wait for this to finish. And then we will continue with exercise 9.3.